Welcome to Buzzworthy Radio. Here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
Welcome back into the Buzz, everybody. I am Novell J. Lee, and I have the pleasure of sitting with somebody who grew up here in my state of New Jersey. He's also a fellow Leo, so this conversation could be potentially very dangerous, if I may say so myself. But also, Leos are, what can I say? We're awesome. So there's no uncertain other ways to say it, but we kick ass as Leos. So Jersey and Leo combined into one show. This is going to be fun. Kevin Kraft is joining me right now. How are you, sir?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So it's funny how this all worked out. A buddy of mine, Joe Wilson, he put the pitch out, reach out to you, and then lo and behold, we get you here. So it's amazing how that works out. That's the one upside to having social media.
Yeah, I think it's the only upside.
Is that the only upside? Okay, I'll have to redo that and reflect a little bit more. I thought it was because we send and post vacation pictures so everybody can be envious of the vacations that we take.
Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that element of it. Yeah.
I mean, I do it to be petty, so also. Sorry, not sorry kind of thing. But the second coming of John Cooper is set to be released on June 9th after a long time of trying to get it home and get it released. It's finally going to happen. The trailer was just released not too long ago. I watched it. It's absolutely hilarious. I will be buying it when it comes out.
Thank you.
And as Joe said, and I do agree with him, if there is an opportunity to buy the physical media, I will be doing that too. And that is definitely something that we like to support, is owning the actual media of things. So for those that have not had the pleasure of seeing this trailer or knowing anything about the second coming of John Cooper, let's go ahead and describe exactly what it is, because all I'll say is that it's a washed up actor who's trying to find his resurgence, and it doesn't seem to be going the way probably that he wants it to.
Yeah, the titular character, John Cooper, is he's kind of a schmuck. He's an idiot, and he at one point in time he was on top.
You were very, very nice with those words. You could have been a little bit. I was expecting you to be a little bit more vulgar with describing this character, because he technically is a dick, an asshole, and
yeah.
You know, you said schmuck. I was like, schmuck.
He's all of those things. He's a dick. He's an asshole, and he lost it all. So he was his generation's biggest celebrity. He partied away all of his money, got himself blacklisted from the industry, and then a documentary crew finds him years later living on the couch of his biggest fan, and he decides he's gonna get his life back. He's gonna get his career back, but without any agents or managers. It's just him and a bunch of bad ideas. So it's essentially a stupid dickhead trying to get his career back. And, you just watch all the craziness ensue.
You probably described several of my best friends. They're just not actors. So they're just dicks and assholes and schmucks and everything. So, and then they're just trying to, do this thing called life as an adult. So I think you just basically described practically every human that I'm friends with. And
this might give you a little PTSD.
A little bit. It's all right. I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently, because I can't get rid of them. So much like this movie. So
well, that's like one of the underlying themes is like, dealing with people like this, and are they worth having in your life, and is forgiveness worth it? Yeah. On top of a bunch of, infantile dick jokes and R-rated humor.
Unfortunately, that's the life I'm living now. So I noticed that with this movie, there was a lot of work to get it complete. I mean, also the fact that you filmed this during the strikes that was going on. You also lost, if not all of it, most of it, when your hard drive crashed, and you had to pay close to $2,000. I think it was like $1,500 that you had to pay in order to get some of this stuff retrieved.
Oh, it was way more than that.
It was way more than that?
Yeah. So the crew didn't tell me when
they didn't tell you.
They waited until we wrapped, because obviously it's one of those things where there's nothing I can do about it. So they sort of kept it from me just so I could focus on finishing the film. It happened 10 days into our 13-day shoot. And once we wrapped and I was riding high and I was like, I did it. I made my first movie. The producer calls me. He's like, so don't freak out. But
God.
our hard drive and backup hard drive crashed simultaneously and we lost 10 of the 13 days. And I was like, well, all right, what does that mean? And like,
Yeah.
well, we're going to take it to a data center. We're going to try to get it recovered, but don't stress out. Don't stress out. And I'm like, how could you just told me that like my hopes and dreams could be just completely demolished right as I cross the finish line. I am definitely freaking out.
Yeah.
And
Just a tad.
this data recover center place was like, we have never seen a crash like this in our entire career. And they had it for about 5 to 6 months. So
Are you freaking kidding me?
for about 5 to 6 months, my life was a never-ending panic attack. And you know, if they came back and they were like, "Hey, it's gone," then that's it. Like there was no budget to reshoot those first 10 days.
How
This
much was the
dead.
budget overall to do this in 13 days?
It was like 350,000.
Okay.
And then, you know, it pretty much demolished our post-production budget. Getting like they called me and they were like, "Look, we've tried everything. We're going to give this one more week of trying stuff, and if we don't get your footage back, we just got to call it." And miraculously, they got it all back. They tried some weird trick. It clicked. Everything started rebuilding. But, you know, you have a place working on it for 6 months. They're going to hit you with a big bill.
Oh,
And-
for sure, man. I mean, I'm already sitting here pissed for you because I'm sitting here you're telling me you had this for 6 fucking months, and then we have no idea if any of this is going to be salvageable or not.
Yeah.
And the fact that you already went through this budget to already have this done in a matter of 2 weeks, basically, to the point where you may not be able to do any of this again to reshoot, refill any of this stuff, reshooting, refilming, even doing the music, whatever you had to do in post-production, I would have not only cried, I would have taken a bat and I just would have just busted my windows into my car. Like you would see in a movie. That's how upset I would have been. I wouldn't do that because I'm still making payments on the car. But I'm just saying that is how I feel is what I would have done. But
Oh, yeah. I wanted to go Big Lebowski, just take a crowbar and demolish my car.
see, now this is why I am totally for rage rooms, because then I would have went to a rage room and I would have done exactly all of that for this particular reason, because that's a bunch of shit, man. That's I mean, honestly, I bless your heart, man, that you went through that, because that was a struggle just to sit there, because you had no idea if you were even going to show this to the public or not, because you had no clue what was happening. And I think I was more angry at the fact that they waited until the end to tell you. I think that's the part that sits in my craw a little bit.
Honestly, I'm so neurotic. I'm glad they did, because
Really?
that's all I would have been thinking about. I would have been, you know, while you're trying to direct and keep a million plates spinning at the same time, to have that looming over. I'm too neurotic. That's all I would have been thinking about. They're like, what am I even doing here? Why are we doing this? I lost everything. I'm just going through the motions now.
I probably am the opposite of that. I would want to know, then I would come up with a resolution and try to get this fixed and then finish what I got to finish. But maybe that's just my psyche. I mean, everybody's different and how they will handle these types of things. But I think for me, I'd rather know ahead of time than worrying about it on the end, because I feel like I would scramble more at the end than if I were to know earlier. But that's me. But
It worked out. Like I
it worked out.
don't know how, but it came together. And then we did the film festival circuit for a year. And then it was just trying to find a distributor. And it's tough out there for R-rated comedies. You know, if you're doing indie, they want either low budget sci-fi or low budget horror. Nobody really believes in comedy anymore, especially R-rated. So I feel like the tide has turned a little bit. Like major studios are now actively seeking out comedies, and I'm really hoping that, you know, even though this had a very low budget, you know, it's a lot of people that saw it at the festivals came up to me and they're like, you know, felt very Kevin Smith adjacent, with the low budget nature of it. And I'm hoping that enough people are curious about it and want to support comedy that it's successful. And then I'm sitting on a stack of finished screenplays, and I would love to just pick them off one by one and just, you know, be a part of bringing R-rated comedies back.
I love comedies, and I feel like we're in a time where we need to laugh at shit. And it to me, when I saw the trailer, it looked like something that you would see in a regular theater that somebody from a bigger studio would do, just because of how it was shot and just because of how it looks. I mean, to me, I was just completely mesmerized by the fact of how it was filmed. So it it looks great, number one. Number
Thank
two,
you.
hearing you talk about indie filmmakers and people in this entertainment business who are indie, period, hits because I'm sitting here as an indie podcaster, so I completely understand what you're saying, especially when you are an indie person and you for your comments where you're talking about, which is very interesting to me, and I want to go back to that in a second, where they're talking about with indies, they really only look for sci-fi and they look for whatever else they look for. They don't look for comedies. It's the same way with indie podcasters. I feel like indie podcasters, they don't look for interview talk shows the way that I do. That's not something that's really the wheelhouse of it. This only works if you have a big person behind it or a big studio behind it. I didn't realize that this is not something that they are privy to, but I'm assuming since you said that, is it because they feel like comedies are more apropos for, as I mentioned, big studios and bigger budgets?
I think what happened is horror is just its stock has never been higher. Like people,
Mm,
even if it looks stupid, people will go see a horror movie, and sometimes the more stupid it looks, the more inclined they are to watch it. Like people love to ironically, I'm not excluding myself from this, but like, I love watching The Room. I love watching Samurai Cop. Movies that are just so glad
yes.
they're good.
Yeah.
You can get more enjoyment per minute out of those than most big studio movies, just purely out of laughing at them. So when people see some absurd poster for just like it looks like it was made on a budget for $5, like those movies you would see at the dollar bin and Blockbuster back in the day. Like
Oh
people
yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
back. People watch them. I think people got burned by comedy. I think we had this golden era of raunchy comedies in like the late 90s and the 2000s.
Mhm.
And then people they sort of lost their focus. They were just like, "Oh, as long as we put these same people in the movies, they'll come out." So you have four weeks to write the script, rush it out, and people got burned. They were like, "Well, this movie sucked. I like the people in it, but the movie sucked. This wasn't funny."
Right.
And it happens so often. Like you can put up with a shitty horror movie if people are getting splattered. It's just like, all right, well, it has what I
Right.
came for. If you go to a comedy and you're not laughing, you just watch the most boring, awful drama you've ever seen.
Right.
It's way tougher to
Completely
do
agree.
a bad comedy. And nowadays, when everybody is just like, everything is a prequel, it's a reboot, it's a sequel, it's based on an IP, there's no original ideas out there because no one wants to take a chance on it.
There's no
So,
risk taking anymore.
exactly. That's why I kind of wanted to come up with an idea that was as low budget as possible, get it out there, and if I can find any sort of success with it, just be like, see, people do still want to laugh. If you put the effort in, if you make a movie funny, people will turn out. Let's make another one. Let's make some more comedy.
I completely agree. Like I said, I love to laugh. I love watching comedies. I love watching anything comedy, comedy specials, comedy movies, comedy anything. I'm always here for it. I'm always supporting that genre. It's one of my favorites in the whole entire industry. It's what I grew up on.
Same.
So this is totally my wheelhouse, and I'll be supporting it every step of the way. So hopefully you get to do more. Um, you've been in this business for a long time. You started at Howard Stern 20
Yes.
years ago. It's insane. 20 years ago. Then you went to Jason Ellis, which is how I know some of those guys that reached out to talk to you because of the Jason Ellis Show. I I want to ask this question, but I'm going to ask this first because I really want to know, and this is only because I'm a geek and I really really just want to know the answer. Have your skating qualities improved since you first went skating with Tony Hawk, or are they still terrible?
Oh, I'm terrible.
Okay.
I started skating when I was 13, and
And you're terrible.
I never got
Wait
good
a
at it.
minute.
I never got good. Like me and my buddies, we skated all the time, and it never hit. It never clicked. I wiped out all the time. Like now I'm middle aged, and every joint in my body hurts from it, and I never got good. I never got good at it. I was always just good at eating shit.
Much older than me. Wait a minute. What are you talking about middle age here?
I'm 44. I think that counts.
I'll be 41 in August. Come on.
It hits. It hits
And you shrunk. Oh my God.
But like after when
Interview's over. We're done.
when I was skating with Tony Hawk, I was already so rusty, and I never got good at vert. I never. I was more of a street skater. So when I was riding on Tony's ramp in his office, which is a gigantic ramp.
It's huge.
Yeah, it is terrifying, and especially when there's a whole bunch of people filming you, and you got Tony Hawk standing right there watching, giving you pointers.
Yeah.
I think
I did watch that, and I'm going, I would be so embarrassed. And that's another reason why I would say, absolutely the fuck no, you would not. I love myself enough to know we're not doing that.
Oh yeah. I'm better at snowboarding. I like snowboarding more than skating.
Well, you're on snow. You don't really hurt yourself that much in snow. Well, I take that back. You kind of can. Not all the time, but you kind of can. But most of the time, snow does not hurt.
Yeah, I mean the wipeouts that I've taken on a mountain, if there was no snow involved, that's airlifted to a hospital.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can just get ragdolled and be like, that was weird, and then just get back up and keep going.
I will ask that serious question in a second, but you just kind of made me think of the fact that a few of my friends went skydiving years ago. I've never done it, and I don't think I ever want to do it.
It's not bad. I've done it once. It doesn't necessarily feel like you're falling, like when you go
Okay.
drop.
That was kind of going to be where I was going to go with the follow up to that question. So it doesn't feel like you're falling. It's just
No, you don't get the butterflies. It's just very windy.
okay.
But I had some dude because like when you go, you have to be strapped to somebody, so you have to go tandem.
Yes,
And
yes. I did know that. Yeah.
so I got this guy strapped to my ass, and then we're falling for a while. I'm like, this is fun. This is cool. I feel like a bird. And then he pulls the ripcord, and you got the straps, like the harnesses on your thighs and up here, and it must have like when we were falling adjusted itself. So when the straps
Yes.
it just racked my nuts. Like it just like wow, squished them up against my thigh.
Yeah.
So it was like getting kicked in the balls by an elephant.
I'm sure that was very pleasant for you.
That's why I only did it once. I was like,
and that's why you only did it once.
No one told me that was in the cards. I just thought it was scary.
That was not on my bingo card. Is having the nuts feeling like I got kicked by an elephant. No, not doing that again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I tried a gummy for the first time.
Oh, did it send you another dimension?
Bro, never talked about this on the show before.
Getting an exclusive here.
Yeah, I mean, most of my friends know, obviously, because I was around them. But for those that don't realize what happened and know the story, St. Patrick's Day weekend, 2022, I will say. I think it was like a year when everything started slowly opening back up again. So we did a bar crawl. I was on a bus, and my boss kind of pissed me off because that's what my boss did at the time. I don't work for him anymore, thankfully. And and he's calling me on a weekend where I'm not working. And it was also if I were after hours on a Saturday. So I'm kind of not worrying about work now. And I already had a few beers in me at this point. So I'm a little bit inebriated. So I hang up the phone. I tell my friend, I'm like, listen, Bex, I need a gummy. I need to calm down. And she looked at me strangely because that was the first I've ever had anything THC related. So she was surprised that I asked for one. I said, "I'm sorry, my blood pressure is skyrocketing, and my boss pissed me off. I need a gummy. Give me half." That did not happen. I got
The
a
old
whole.
half trick.
I got the whole one right in the mouth. She put it right in the mouth. I didn't even get to take it from her hand. She just right there, and we got to the bar, and that was when I really started swaying. I was like swaying back and forth like I was on a boat, and I could not stop swaying. And I was just literally just doing this, like, doing this, and doing this for a good solid hour.
Yeah, you got crossfaded. That's the worst.
And then everybody around me just started pissing me off because everybody wanted to leave. They all wanted to leave. They were not having a good time. They called up a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, brings his limo bus to come get us from the bar to take us back home. And I said to everybody, it's like, y'all are pissing me off right now, but you know what? I'm not angry because I'm in my zone right now. I'm zen. So you're not really bothering me, but you really are bothering me. And get back on the bus, we get back, starts wearing off, but then I get the munchies. Complete overkill with munchies. I literally said, I gotta go. I'm starving. The kitchen's at the bar is not open anymore. I gotta go to Wawa and get me a hoagie. And several Reese cups, which I did. And I ate them all in one sitting, and I just crashed out because I was so done for. And that was my first experience with that. And I said, nope, never again.
Yeah, it's not as fun when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Getting crossfaded is the worst.
Yeah, that was not a pleasant experience. And I am so thankful no one recorded that because no one really needed to see that. But if they did, I'd own it still. But I'm just glad it's not out there.
Yeah, some moments are best lost to the sands of time.
I am so glad that this could have been if it were recorded by you for this movie and it crashed on the hard drive. I would have been so proud that it did not make it back. I would have been like, you didn't retrieve that footage? Thank you. We don't need it.
Yeah, the one time that would be a blessing.
That would be if you wanted to do like remember when those DVDs came out when they came out with the extended cuts?
Oh yeah.
That you would probably surprise you going like, oh look, we have an extended. I was like, what's in it? And then you would surprise like, remember that trip you were on? I was like, oh damn it.
I love how all those extended cuts had to have their own like silly name. Like
yes.
Animal House was like the double secret probation edition. Like that was a fun flash in the pan.
The only extended cut I ever watched and owned was for Not Another Teen Movie. That was it. Because it cut out.
We watched that like a month ago.
It cut out. What's his name? Josh, the guy from How I Met Your Mother, and they cut out his line in it in the actual movie. Where in the extended cut they put his line in, and that's why I can't watch the original because they cut out his line. It's an iconic line, and I'm like, but guys, this should have been in the original cut. But what do I know? I'm not the one behind the camera doing any of the editing, so I can't say anything. It wasn't my movie, so I can't do much. But
sometimes you get pressure, especially for comedies, they want them tight. Like the second coming of John Cooper was 105-page script, and the old rule is 1 page of script equals a minute of screen time, and our first edit was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I was like, how the hell?
Oh no!
So we had to cut a ton of.
We would have to cut a ton out.
Yeah, we got it down to 94 minutes, and
I was gonna say that's roughly around the time that it probably should be around. Is like 90, 94, or 95.
Yeah. And there was stuff, it broke my heart to cut. I had to cut some jokes and gags, and I was like, man,
yeah,
I love that stuff. But, people are very cognizant of runtime.
We are very particular in what we want to watch and what we want to sit through. I mean, it's a struggle when you have to sit through Marvel movies and they're 3 hours long. So, but apparently we are accustomed to that. So we suck it up. But I'm now starting to understand a little bit more, too, because it's interesting because it flashed me back to Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit, the music video, and how they cut out the guitar solo, which is the best part of the damn song. I don't watch the original music video because they cut out the guitar solo. I need to hear the whole thing, but I also get it. They, with MTV and when they want to air it, as well as on radio stations, they have to cut it for time, and
Yep.
so I understand that that's what they have to do. But God forbid you ever have me listen to it. God forbid you have me listen to the cut. I can't do it. You got to have me listen to the whole guitar solo, because if not, I'll be Big Lebowski, as you said. Just a little bit. But
Yeah.
I did have a serious question in all of that, which was allegedly, but but coming from working as a producer on those shows and then branching into the filmmaking process, how difficult was it to get into that field? Because I've heard that it wasn't easy, and you did find people to help get you into this world to get John Cooper made and eventually now getting released. So how hard was it for you to find this avenue, basically?
It was tricky because I started writing screenplays in high school, and then when I started working for Howard Stern, I come from a family that you know loved Howard. I always, my dad had it on in the car when I was riding with him and stuff. So it was a big moment to go as, like, in my early 20s working for Howard Stern. And I was always like, this could be a way to springboard. Like, I can do this and write, and maybe I can sell some screenplays. And I realized very quickly there was no overlap in the
None
radio
at
world
all.
and film, like completely separate circles in a Venn diagram. So I stayed with Howard for about 5 years, and it was very cool because they let me, contribute creatively. So I got to write jokes and create bits and stuff. And then it hit me, when I was around 28. I was like, if I don't have a family, kids, if I'm ever gonna move out to LA and take a shot at it, now's the time. So
Yeah.
I left a job that I loved to roll the dice, and I fell right back into doing radio. I ended up with Jason Ellis. I stayed there for like 12 years, and then that all fell apart. And I just had all these scripts, and I was like, you know what? That was that moment again. I
Yeah.
either do it or I don't, and this is the time to commit. And I was lucky enough that I know some people that are actual, like, real filmmakers that I'm friends with, and we do like a weekly lunch with each other. And one day I just threw it out there. I'm like, hey, you know what? I have a script. I wrote it to be very low budget. What do I do? And someone at the table was like, well, you need a DP. Anybody here know a DP? Some guy took out his phone. He's like, I'm texting someone right now.
Mhm.
And then before I left that lunch, I had a meeting with that guy the next day. Met with him. We hit it off, and he was like, all right, I'm officially on board. He reached out to his film school friends, and within a week we had a crew, and it just went from there.
Good for you. I mean, again, that just solidifies how I even said to myself, and I tell other people, if you have that itch to do something, just go ahead and do it. Because if you don't, you're not going to wind up doing it.
Yeah,
It's
nobody's gonna usher you to your dreams and be like, "Oh, you let here it is." It's like you really gotta
you have got to
dig.
get off your ass and do it.
Yeah,
You have to do it, and you have to do it on your own. And that's one of the things I keep in my head. I keep going with it, and in my head with the show, this will be celebrating 20 years next year, next November, actually.
oh, congrats.
And thank you. And I just sit and tell myself that if I didn't have that one itch, and the one itch was somebody telling me that you love talking about TV, why don't you do a podcast about TV? And then going ahead and doing it, I probably wouldn't have went ahead and did it. Especially in a time where podcasts really weren't a thing at the time. And having to learn what to do and how to host a show and how to talk to people and everything, that was the feat in itself. But as I got into it, I fell in love with the craft. I fell in love with the genre. I fell in love with the medium. And this is something that I've been a part of for 21 years, because I did another show prior to this one that I'm doing now. And as you said, no one's going to usher you in to do this stuff. You have to chase it on your own. And I've been very fortunate. I have been chasing on my own, and I've been able to grow with it and evolve with it as time progressed. So yeah, man,
And that's
absolutely.
one of the cool things
That's great.
about, the modern times is it's never been easier to teach yourself. Like
Mm,
the entertainment is flooded. Everybody
yeah.
wants to get in, but if you're somebody who like wants to be a filmmaker, you can't afford film school or you don't have time for film school, you could just put yourself through YouTube University. There's so many channels out there
And we
that
used to joke about that, where people go on YouTube University to learn stuff. But in actuality, I've learned stuff from YouTube that I didn't think I would ever learn
yeah,
anywhere else. And it's so funny to think that once upon a time we cracked jokes on people and called them certain names because they did that. Now we're sitting here going, we have so many people, and unfortunately, we have to say this: we have influencers that teach us stuff. We're learning from them in this scope. So
yeah. I mean, if you're listening to this and you want to be a filmmaker, I can't recommend Studio Binder enough. It's so
oh
well
yeah,
produced. There's a
yeah,
video covering literally every aspect of filmmaking, lighting, composition, cinematography, like every single aspect. It'll explain what every lens does, every camera does, and it's all right there for free. Like I have notebooks. Anytime I have free time, I just get refreshers. I learn more. I learn what different lenses do, how to frame different kinds of shots. Because John Cooper is a mockumentary, so I didn't get to.
right,
There's no dolly zooms. No rack focusing in it. But like
yeah.
it's now that if I'm lucky enough to get on my next project, I have like this whole arsenal. Like I never wanted to be a director. The only reason I directed this movie is because we didn't have the money to pay one. And I learned that
Unfortunately,
in the
yeah.
pre-production meeting. They were just like, Kevin, you're directing. And I was like, let me stop you right there. I'm the director. I can write you guys some dick and fart jokes, but I don't,
Yeah,
I, I don't know what I'm doing behind the camera. It's like, that's okay. We got enough people. Everybody's going to be in your corner. You know the story. You know how you want to see
right,
it.
right,
Get it, get it to film. And I was like, all right. And I fell in love with it. It was something that always terrified me. I didn't feel like I was qualified to do, but once that first day on set, I was something sparked, and I was like, okay, I I love this aspect of it.
That's such a good point. I mean, everybody has that imposter syndrome, and thinking that they can't do something, but yet when you have people that are in your corner saying that we know you're going to succeed in this, I feel like that gives me that extra confidence boost if ever I were faced with anything like that, because knowing that I have that support, I know I'll be able to do it. So hearing you saying that's on point. It's pretty much on point. I have to ask this too before we wrap it up here, because as a fellow Jersey boy, what do you think about the fact that now Jersey is about to, in essence, become a really big filmmaking hub since they're adding studios here?
I think it's great. I mean, Jersey gets a bad rap. People that have never been there think it's just one big Newark, but Jersey's a really
Really? You
cool
think
state.
so?
I've taken people to Jersey before, and then when they see it, they're like, "Oh, this is Jersey. This is cool."
Mhm.
I thought it was just nothing but smokestacks and Sopranos and Schnookies,
Oh no.
but
They
it's like,
haven't
no,
they
we got
haven't even been to
cool
South
stuff.
Jersey yet, so then they would be like, "Oh, this is a lot of farms." Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
yeah.
lot of farms here.
But I think there's been a lot of big names that come out of tiny little New Jersey, and I think having a hub there, I know they're trying to gear up the incentives too. Netflix building a big facility there. And
They already started hiring.
what it's done a lot of is getting all my family to constantly text and call me to be like, "Hey, does this mean you're moving back?" And it's like, well, I will go anywhere somebody will let me make a movie. Like if this movie does well and Netflix knocks on my door, you bet your ass I'm not gonna be like, nope, I am staying in LA in my one bedroom apartment to grind and suffer. Like, no, I will go back to Jersey and I will make movies for Netflix. Sure.
That I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, that's a perfect answer. If it were me, I'd be on the first plane back because LA is expensive, number one, and two, Jersey is my home.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I love LA, but I'm going where the work is. I want to be
you have to, especially
creative.
in this industry, because I know this industry has been very, very tough lately, and with what's going on, and um, especially with the AI aspect of it. I don't know how you feel about as far as AI goes,
I
but I
hate it.
know.
I hate it.
Thank you. That's all you had to say.
It sucks. It's pathetic. It's lazy, and then it's going to kill us. It's going to take all our jobs. It's going to Skynet us. And for what? So somebody can make a Facebook profile picture of them as a knight of the round table that looks all lame.
I
Cool.
hate I hate the fact how much we all rely on it so much. You know, I don't mind. I use it to clean up my posts because all of the posts I make on my blog are mine. They're
Yeah.
mine, they're written by me. I use it to have it corrected. In essence, the way Microsoft Word does, but it doesn't do it in a way that I, obviously like. All it does is just change the spelling and stuff. But it's able to at least make my statement cleaner without changing any of the words that I used. So that's all I use ChatGPT for. I don't use it for anything else. But the fact that you want to use it to write full-fledged articles, you want to use AI to create podcasts that are not real people. You want to use AI to create these videos that I see on Instagram where it's a likeness of an actor as well as using the likeness of their voice. And it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That it's so fucking good that some people, and sometimes I'll have to do a double take because I'm looking at it going, is this a real video or is it not? That's what's scary to me, because people are going to start believing everything that they now see from somebody that they look up to and respect.
Yeah.
And an article that could come out, a piece that could come out, and it'll be looking as if it's actual facts, when in actuality it's not.
Yeah.
So I hate the fact that it's gone this way. And yeah, to me, it sucks. It does suck.
The one thing that I hope saves people from just swan diving right into AI for everything is, I think one of the reasons people are so impressed by art
Mm-hmm.
and impressed by film and impressed by stand-up comics and whatever it is, anything creative, is because a person did it. And you're just like,
Yes.
oh, I couldn't do that. That's so cool that this person could. I'm not impressed by AI doing something. Like someone just
No.
typed it into a prompt and it shit it out. And it's like, okay, well, where is the skill in that? I feel because I was talking to my buddy who's like, yeah, everything's going to get replaced by AI. Big sports junkie. I was like, okay, what if they fired every athlete in the NFL and every game
Mhm.
and every season was AI generated? Would you be pumped by that? And he was like, no. I'm like, yeah, because who gives a shit?
Yeah,
You watch it because you're impressed by the athletic feats these people are pulling off. I hope that's the
absolutely.
one saving grace that sort of, I don't know, firewalls us from just everything getting replaced by AI. Is just, you watch a movie like the first Avatar movie. I remember going to see that with a theater full of people, and all my friends walked out like, man, it's crazy that people made that.
I had a conversation with an actress on the show a few weeks ago, and we talked about this, and it was right to that point where you said we want to watch our people because we are impressed with the talent that they have, and that is 100% on point, because that's how I feel about it. I said flat out, I want to see my people. I want to watch them work. I
Yeah,
want to watch them work.
yeah,
And I want to, as far as writing, as far as everything else goes in post production, I want to see their work. I want to say that this person edited this way. That's what I want to see because they did this, not because AI did this. I'm not impressed by AI. I never was impressed by AI. And I look at it now and I'm going, why was I ever in tune with this before? Because this is absolutely horrendously awful. I'm not impressed by it in the slightest. I love creativity. I love human thinking and humans working. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. And that's,
same.
I can go on about this because it is something that means the world to me, where I want to see my people working. I really don't want to see people out of jobs. I want to see them working and doing what they love. And I don't
Yeah.
want to see them replaced. So that's
At
my
the end of the day,
stance.
if you care about like none of that stuff we mentioned, at least care about like people being employed. It's pretty essential for, you know, job markets to exist and for people to have jobs and be able to pay their bills and stuff.
It's such a misconception that people think that with the incorporation of AI and how much it's going to either take away from the worker or take the workers away completely, that it's going to capitalize on business. No. How are you going to make money if you replace people?
Yeah, it's not stopping with us. Like you could be like, oh, I don't give a shit if it wipes out the creatives. I'll listen to AI music. I'll watch AI movies. It's not stopping there.
Yeah. It's gonna wind up backfiring in their faces. I mean, I'll even say this, because every time something new comes out, everybody wants to listen to it. People want to listen to an AI podcast. They want to listen to AI music. You're gonna listen to that. What? I'm gonna be generous with this. A month, maybe 2 months, before you get sick of it, because then you're about to hear something in the music or on the podcast show where you're hearing that voice somehow say something where it clearly doesn't make sense, and you know it's AI, and it doesn't flow, and it doesn't mesh well. And then all of a sudden you want to come crying back. It's like, I need my humans, I need my creativity back in my ears. Yep. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly. Hard agree.
Well, look, and that man, mic drop right there. What I implore all of you to do is on 6/9, which I feel like that was on purpose for the date to be released on. I mean,
it was a happy miracle. We actually were supposed to. It was supposed to release on May 13th, and the distributor wanted to delay it to try and drum up some more promotion and stuff. I guess their sales department really liked it, so they delayed it. And when they gave me the new date, I was like, nice.
I mean, I'd rather it be 6/9 than 6/7.
Oh my God, 100%.
So there's also that. So I'm taking the win on this one on that date. So June 9th, make sure you guys check out The Second Coming of John Cooper. You can watch the trailer. It's out right now. You can check it out on Kevin's Instagram. You can check it on his Facebook. It's going to be posted on my website as well. So please make sure you guys look into it. I had so much fun with you, and always getting the chance to get on a soapbox moment is an absolute thrill for me, and I hope I get to do this again with you. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Check it out. June 9th, Amazon Prime, Fandango at home, and Google TV. You could rent or buy it digitally, and hopefully one day physically.
Absolutely. Kevin, appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. This is great.
Thanks for tuning in to The Buzz. Catch all episodes on Spotify. Remember to like and subscribe. Visit buzzworthyradiocast.com.